on and talks about that you're not to be let me back up a little bit, hospitable, able to teach. One of the things that separates a teaching, leading elder from the other elders is this gift right here. Not everybody can get up here and do this. Not everybody up here can let the flow happen, where the Holy Spirit inspires, and then you open your mouth and God puts His words in your mouth, that you rightly divide the word of truth, having shown yourself to be faithful to study this book, and to rightly divide that word of truth, delivering it not only to great history, but also to pierce the heart. Because the Word of God is living and active and sharper than a double-edged sword. It judges the thoughts and intentions of our heart. It cuts us to the core. And you get to be that guy. And sometimes they don't like the guy who tells them the truth. It'd be like if the newspaper came to your doorstep tomorrow and you didn't like what was on the news, and you chased down that newspaper boy, you grabbed him by the back of the neck, you jerked him off the bike, and you beat him right there in the street because you didn't like the news. You know how many pastors this Sunday are going to get beat up on Monday because they delivered the mail? That was it. I told him earlier, instead of us asking you a bunch of questions, we just need to put some bars of soap in a sock and beat the snot out of you, because that's what's going to happen the rest of your life. Spiritually, they're going to beat on you. Spiritually, they're going to take out their frustrations and anger, and the devil's going to set a snare, and it's going to happen. And sometimes our physical wounds will heal quicker than our spiritual wounds. And you'll carry that with you. You'll carry it like a big giant vault, a big safe, and the vault, all the stuff goes in and doesn't come out. But remember what Jesus says is true for every believer. Cast your burdens upon me because I care for you. My yoke is easy, my burden is light, and there you will find rest for your soul. It is Christ who is the answer for you as the worship leader of the church, in your family, personally, and in the public. Moving forward, be a good teacher. Teach the Word of God. Do not be a drunkard. Do not be violent, but be gentle, not quarrelsome. We're not here to pick fights for people. Pastors are not to pick fights, but you're also not to lay down and let them walk over you. You're to stand on truth, and you're to be a representative of God, and you're to not abandon your post. You don't turn tail and run. If you look in Ephesians 6, you'll find there was no armor for your backside. If you turn tail and run, the devil's going to get you. You stand your ground. About 5 times in that passage of Scripture it says stand. Stand firm. When you've done all to stand. Stand firm with the belt of truth buckled. There's an idea of we're not going to be moved because God is immovable. And you represent Him. So you move forward. He says don't be a lover of money. You're a Baptist preacher. That's not going to be a problem. Okay? Some Baptist congregations say, Lord, you make them humble, we'll make them poor. Right? And so I just say that to say that Chad is going to be bivocational. He's got a full-time job with Grand Isle Shipyard. He's blessed to do that. I'm bivocationally doing ministry at this point. I believe that for the most part, churches in this economy, in this day and age, and the struggles that we see, that's going to happen more often. We have the older generation, the builder generation dying off by the thousands every day, and then they're being replaced by millennials who just really love to give their money, right? No. And so church budgets everywhere are tightening up. And so pastors, you may have to get creative. You're going to have to go back like the Apostle Paul said. He said, I wasn't a burden to anybody. He made his money, and he didn't burden the church. You're able to do that. You're able to do that. And part of our move was to be able to lighten the burden financially. But to be fiscally responsible. No matter what the rest of the world is doing doesn't mean you have to do that. Be warned about debt. Okay? They're gonna criticize you. I've had churches check my credit report before they hire me. Okay? That's not something to play with. Be careful about money management. And the same is true for the congregation as well. So, we need to all be good stewards of what God's given us. Not quarrelsome, not lover of money. Must manage his own household well. We spoke about this and about the children. And this is hard. I have 5 children. They saw the backstage pass of ministry. And yet my oldest wants to be a minister. And I'm trying to think, are you sure? Did you see our life? Are you sure you want to do that? And so when I look at it this way, and it says something. It says something to the noble office of a pastor. It says something to the call of God. It says something even though we're going into war and some of us may die. He's worth it. Jesus Christ is worth it. At the end of the day, we're not like Jim Elliott going off into Ecuadorian jungle to get speared. You get to preach on the street corner freely, right here in Monte Lafourche, without being arrested. And we have such a wonderful opportunity. So for such a time as this, don't waste the time. Being submissive, these children are to be submissive, and the family is to grow up and serve Christ. And I'm blessed to see that God has allowed my children to do that. And that doesn't mean they do it perfectly, but you're going to show them Christ, who is the example. He's the head of your home. He's the head of the church. You must not be a recent convert. This is where, we don't want to start out of the gate too soon, give you too much, but I knew in my heart that God was grooming you for this church before any of you, including my wife, knew what God was planning in this brain of mine. Okay? And when I told you first that I was leaving, and that you were like, whoa, you had to take some moments just to figure it out. And I told you I was prepping you, and all the teaching, all the things that was happening, God was ordaining for such a time as this. And now we're going to look back when we're old and gray and all of that, and we're going to look and see what God did. What God could do with a couple of boys that were influenced by this body in great and mighty ways for the glory of God. It says he must not be a recent convert, he must be, because he would get puffed up with conceit or fall under condemnation of the devil. Moreover, he must be thought about by the outsiders. Now, it's one thing to be thought well of by the people in the church, but now a qualification is that the outside people, the people in the world, need to think highly of you as well. Now, that's sometimes tough, but I'll tell you this, here's a little secret. Sometimes, the people in the community who were not my church members got me better than my church members. They saw my heart, they saw compassion. Sometimes the church members can't see the forest because of the trees. You know what I'm saying? They're in close proximity and their whole world is that thing now. But the rest of the community who step back and they see the bigger picture, they go, that pastor loves us. And that's what this scripture is speaking to. Bayou Lafourche needs to know that Chad Mack loves the people of Bayou Lafourche. It's a required thing for you. So as you're in the community, as you're ministering to families in this community, we need to be thought of well by the outsiders as well as those on the inside. And I've been very blessed to know that the people in this community and the Grand Isle community have seen the work of God, and always give God the credit. And always be careful to do that. It's a noble task not because you're nobility, but because He is. So give credit where credit is due. You are the worship leader. Everything that happens from this area to the people, from your countless times of talking on the phone, from your conversations with people while you're not wanting to talk shop, they need counseling, so you talk shop anyway. All of those times and those things, this is Christ working in you and through you. And that you are that worship leader, and you're leading them in worship. You're leading them in worship through their financial ways, through their giving. You're leading them in worship through their singing. You're leading them in worship through their praying. You're leading them in worship as you rightly divide the word of truth. And you're helping them to incorporate into that real life situation. It's not just a history lesson, but it's a life change lesson. If we were just going to give you information, then you would get information, and then you would say, wow, that was some good information. But that's not the goal of the church. The goal of the church is transformation. And so what are you going to do with that information? Are you going to be changed? Are you going to be challenged? Are you going to conform to this world, to be transformed to the image of Christ? I'll tell you what, the church doesn't need more people just full of information and pew sitting. How many people you run it with a bunch of cattle? I have 100 head, 200 head. That's not what we're doing. We're transforming lives, and sometimes it's a slow process, one life at a time. That's what you get to do. That's what you'll be doing. That's what you are doing. But you're the worship leader. You're the worship leader personally in your own life. You're the worship leader corporately in this faith family. You're the worship leader at home. And because of that office, you're a big target. And that's where Pastor Dexter is now going to come and share more about the bigger picture of all of us together and how we support a pastor, how we view a pastor. So I want to pray, and Pastor Dexter is going to come and share the Word of God with us. After he does that, we're going to have a time of prayer, pray for Barbara and Chad, and then we're going to present the certificate of ordination, and we're going to praise the Lord together as we exit this little this bow. Father, we trust you that you indeed are the head of the church, and you use under shepherds called pastors to shepherd the wandering sheep. Lord, many times sheep don't like to be nudged into the right direction. They sometimes will bite back. Lord, we recognize that it is our job, it is our task, it is our work, it is our labor of love as pastors to do it well. To not abandon our post. To know that you indeed are the door and you lay down your life for the sheep. Thank you that we are dependent upon you and we hear your voice and we follow you. Thank you that Chad has heard your voice and your call and he follows you in obedience. Thank you that Barbara, Josh, and Kayla are there to support, encourage, and to build a home that's an example of godliness. Not perfect, but an example to say, hey, we're all looking at Jesus together. Lord, thank you for Crosspoint Church. Thank you for this community. Thank you for the ordained men here, the pastors here. May they become a great accountability and encouragement to Chad. Just thank you for Pastor Dexter. Thank you for his partnership with Crosspoint. Thank you for the ministry you're using him in and through him and Chad and others, people on this bayou, and the bayou in the Houma area will be impacted with your gospel. God, we thank you that you've entrusted people such as us to carry your message of hope. We thank you for Chad. We thank you for their ministry. We thank you that you go before them. You make the way straight. May it be to your glory that he does the task. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.